Yeah, yeah. Welcome to me casa, make yourself at home, do your do. Welcome to my pad, this your lab, go create your move.
What's good, everybody? It's 99 miles per hour with me, your host, Perci Garner. And I always say we have a special guest, but this guest is in kind of a different class. But we'll get to that in a second. I want to make sure you guys like and subscribe. You know the stuff all we're supposed to say. But this time, comment down below. We're going to have links down there. And I'm just trying to say all the stuff that YouTubers are supposed to say. But we want to reach 1,000 subscribers, and we're not close. So help us. I appreciate everybody who does tune in and who has left a rating on the podcast. And I'm pretty excited. We do have a new sponsor that we're going to make an ad for here soon. I'm pretty excited about it. I want to just burst out and say it, but it's not starting yet, so I'm going to wait. So this guest we have in the building today, I'm pretty excited to meet. The fact that he's really young and he towers over me. Yeah, usually I'm bigger than most people I'm speaking to, but luckily we can have him sitting down so I don't feel like a child. So this person graduated from Dover High School in 2019. And you guys might know him. He probably just did the best thing ever in Tuscarawas County. He won a gold medal with Team USA and Ohio State swimmer as well. Even though I hold a grudge against Ohio State, we'll let it go for this episode, and we'll get into that. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome Hunter Armstrong to the show. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Was that a good intro? Was that good? My energy level was low though. I should have been but
no, that was beautiful. But you'll have to specify what you got against OSU.
They didn't recruit me.
It's okay. They didn't recruit me the first time around either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when I was going, they had James Laurinaitis at linebacker, and they told me, Jim Tressel was like, hey, we have, a big recruit coming in that we think is going to be the future. So, we don't really know if there's a future here for you, but you can walk on and you'll get beat up pretty bad on scout team. And I was like, I don't think I want to get hit by James Laurinaitis every day. So
yeah, I wouldn't.
Thanks, but no thanks. But I still root for him. It's not like I root for Michigan. I did briefly when my head coach actually got a job at Michigan. So, but
I'll allow it.
They're still, yeah. I'll allow it. I like it. Just like me. Are you a Browns fan? Or you don't really care? I
don't really care.
Gotcha.
I'll support them.
Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan, so I get a lot of. But yeah. But since I played for the Indians and I love the Cavs, I feel like I should get a pass.
I'll allow it.
But so how has everything been? Is your schedule is full. I'm sorry I had to add this to it, but we're very grateful to have you here. But I know it's been pretty crazy since you got back into town.
Yeah, it's definitely been a whirlwind. Ever since I got off the plane in Cleveland, it has been nonstop.
Well, I know you probably don't want to hear this, and you might cringe at it, but you're like the hometown hero right now. So,
oh boy.
Figuratively, I feel I'm like passing you the torch. No.
The Olympic
I'm
torch.
Old news.
The Olympic
torch.
Yeah,
the Olympic torch. See it fits. But no, it's amazing because we were talking about it before we started recording, just for the kids to have someone to look up to, because I had people to look up to, but they were at levels to where, I was like, it's not really realistic to come from Tuscarawas County and, do great things that we all dreamed of. But now the kids, there's a lot of people they can look up to, and there's people that had played pro baseball from Sugar Creek area and in the Dayton Hutton area, and and then now there was me, making it, and then now you're in the Olympics. Which did we do any research? Are you the first and only gold medalist out of Tuscarawas County?
Out of Tuscarawas County, I would say most likely, but Ohio has a very rich history.
Ohio does,
especially in swimming, but not 100% sure on the other sports.
Gotcha. Well, that's still impressive though, T County, man, because that's what my organization, we support. Obviously, this show is kind of as big as we can get it. We're not just aiming the audience at Tuscarawas County, but that works for you because obviously Olympics is worldwide. So, but to me, it's an amazing accomplishment. I know I don't know if you've had time to have it sink in.
It's getting there. Like I get to wake up every day and I see the gold medal and I'm like, wow, I really just did that. Yeah. So that helps, but it's still crazy. Like I came so far so quickly. My life has changed forever in the span of not even 2 months.
That's crazy. I mean, so in your mind, were you like always reaching this goal when you were at Dover? Was the Olympics in your mind when you're, swimming for the great Brenda Worley, or you were just like, I would love to swim at the college level?
That was the majority of my life. Just like, it'd be cool to go to college and swim. I didn't actually narrow it down to swimming until sophomore, junior year.
Oh, okay.
I started to swim year round, 2018, probably like July. So this was actually my third ever long course season.
What the heck?
Technically third season because COVID canceled last season. Oh. So 4 years, but I didn't train last year.
Okay.
But no, ever since training trip, I'm like, oh yeah, I could go to college, maybe go D1.
Maybe the Olympics. No,
I remember as a little kid. So I've also never watched the Olympics or trials or anything. I just really had no interest.
Yeah.
But of course, I think every little kid, once they realize how far you can go in sports, they're like, that'd be cool to be an Olympian.
Yeah.
But I never really set my sight on it until I made the first cut.
Yeah. We've got an aspiring swimmer in the area now, Lucas Lane, who,
oh yeah,
I'm sure he's going to try to, follow in the footsteps now. And, that would be even another amazing, obviously he's a state champion, and that just goes to show that, stuff does happen in Tuscarawas County.
Oh, absolutely.
And, for me to experience that, and I would watch Olympics a little bit. I usually watch the shorter distance running, and some of the other activities. And of course I would watch the NBA and men and women's soccer, but I never really got into swimming. But once, obviously, all right, Hunter's swimming, let's do this. All right. And to be fair, I don't know. I guess I wasn't even familiar of who you were until, they're like, yeah, Dover kid is just made the cut. I was like, wait, what? I was like, he's like, yeah, he's a swimmer at Ohio State. I'm like, what the heck? Like, that's a big deal. Even if just going to Ohio State from this area is an accomplishment. So now that you're exceeding at that level, I kind of compare it to Cody Garbrandt, the UFC fighter. So I never really, UFC was cool, and then once they're like, yeah, he's like undefeated and he's about to fight for the championship belt in the UFC. I'm like, what the heck? And then I started investing time, and then that's when he lost. So I was like, all right, maybe I should stop paying attention. But for you, obviously that wasn't the case. And you were able to, swim and it was just the fact that they said Dover during the Olympics was like a cool thing, and watching you swim. And it was just, I don't know, for me, when I was doing it, I was in my mind, I was like, I was thinking about Tuscarawas County. I was thinking about home and, trying to, bring not attention, but just make them proud, which I'm sure they were. They always tell me, and I'm sure they were just overwhelmed about you being in the Olympics. And I mean, was that on your mind, or you were locked in?
So typically outside of competition, when I'm on my phone, my phone was constantly blowing up, text, calls, messages. So yeah, it was always in my mind about Tuscarawas County, but on a grander scale, I wasn't just representing Tuscarawas County. I mean, if you're not aware, the United States has an amazing legacy of backstrokers. This was the first time that we did not have 2 backstrokers in the final.
Really?
And I think we've only lost maybe twice, and I think one of them was when we boycotted.
Oh, okay.
So the United States has typically won gold and often won 2, won 3.
Wow.
My event, and I'm like, that's my job now.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think about it like that. So putting it in perspective, for me, whenever I applied extra pressure and expectation on myself, I didn't really thrive in that. If I was able to focus on, just doing my job and focusing on what I'm supposed to do in that for you meet or me in that when I get on the mound, that's when I was at my best. But when I thought about those things like, okay, the Indians were in a playoff race. We're facing the Tigers. They're a couple games behind us. We have to win this game. That's when, hey, my job is to win this game for my team or do the best I can. I would say that helped me. But when I was like, okay, Tuscarawas County, I got to, put them on the map. I got to do this. That's when, things went kind of awry. I mean, could you relate to something like that? Or when you were swimming and you were thinking, okay, USA, we usually dominate. So it's my turn to dominate. And I'm trying to do exactly what I've been doing and what I've qualified me for the thing, being so close to the world record. And I mean, just how was that? I mean, it had to be amazing.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely incredible. We don't know what happened at the games for me. So individually, I placed 9th, which again, in perspective, it's not bad. Like 9th in the world at that meet is pretty good. But obviously I had expected more, and I think I put a lot of pressure on myself, and that may have hindered my performance. Because going into the Olympic trials, I had no expectation. I just wanted to go and have fun.
Yeah. And
then I show up to the games, and now I have to worry about sponsors and relays and the United States legacy.
Yeah.
And also double tapers and all of COVID. It was not
Michael Phelps doing analysts, like talking about the swim.
Yeah, Phelps was there too.
Yeah,
but we had a Zoom call with him in Hawaii for training trip, and he kind of just let us all know to kind of stay grounded. Don't overthink. Don't overwhelm yourself. I definitely should have listened.
It's hard. It's hard though.
It was. This was my first international meet, so I've never traveled. I think the furthest I've traveled for a meet is California.
Wow.
So I've never left the country. I've never represented the United States, and Olympic trials was the first time I've ever ranked in the top 3 at any national level meet.
Wow.
So it was so new for me. I was just so excited and was kind of just thrown in.
Yes, you were. It just happened so fast, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine. That's awesome though, man. I mean, obviously you've heard it enough, but from me, I want to say, I was proud to, be from this area and to, this area to be able to, I don't know if a lot of coaches and teachers did for you what they did for me, but I'm sure Brenda poured into you daily. And, I had a lot of always good coaches and good teachers just pour into me and, try to help me succeed in all facets of life, not just in sports. So, to see that on full display and to see you get to that level was just amazing. Now we're expecting you to be the best swimmer ever. So don't think of that as pressure though.
No, I think for Worlds I believe it's June, because trials is in April, which will also be in Japan.
Wow.
At least I'm pretty certain it'll be in Japan. I lost my train of thought.
Well, how for me, just until you think about that, for me, I was like, okay, waking up at these odd hours. Well, you swimming at 10:30, I'm usually up at that time. But waking up early to watch you race was like I would never wake up to watch a swim meet at 7 a.m.
Oh yeah. Well, it was even more fun when you had to compete for the biggest event in your life.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of something I learned at the games. The games aren't for the athletes. It's for the public.
Gotcha.
So if you look across the board, not a lot of people went best times, especially for swimming. I'm not sure if that carries over to other sports, but we had to do finals and semifinals in the morning. Our bodies aren't ready then.
Yeah.
And just most of our meets, just the way we structure them, is morning prelims, finals at night. And
that's crazy.
Well, that's what we're used to.
Yeah.
That's what every country is used to. So the fact that they changed all of this so that it could stream in the States kind of just shows that the games aren't for the athletes. I don't want to say they don't care about us. They still want us to go fast.
Yeah.
But it's not about breaking a world record. I can gain 3 seconds, and if I win a gold medal, then I still win a gold medal.
Yeah, true.
But in June for Worlds, it'll be the exact same people. We still have to requalify, but they take top 2 in every event. So it'll be the exact same people going at it again, this time for performance rather than press.
Okay. See, I'm getting the lowdown because I don't know much about the Olympics. I just, knew Usain Bolt is the fastest dude ever lived. So that's pretty much all I know. But now this show won't air until after you're already back at Ohio State. But, you got to be looking forward to, we're dedicating the city of Dover to you here in a couple days. When is it?
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend. So, man, you got a lot going on. You've handled it well. From what I'm hearing, people are just like, the way you handle yourself around the kids and just, the smile and care, the way you carry yourself, people are just like, yeah, he's, such a great guy, but being 20, it's a different thing. You're used to what, graduating from Dover and then going and swimming and studying to, now you're got the blue check marks on social media.
Oh,
and
boy.
Now you gotta, make TikToks and stuff.
God, we had a meeting with our Ohio State, because now we have a brand new program that is for professional athletes. Obviously it was made for people like Justin Fields, not swimmers, but we get to kind of feed off of that now. And they're like, oh yeah, you need to be on every form of social media. So I have a Twitter now. I have a TikTok.
Yeah, of course you're on Instagram.
Yeah, I was on Instagram anyway. But
do you still have Facebook? Do people your age still do Facebook? Okay.
Well, I didn't. I do now.
Good to know.
There's so many rules. Like my username has to be as close to the same on all platforms. It has to be the same profile picture. Same bio on everything. I actually have a social media manager.
Wow.
So
I would want one of those.
Yeah, she just kind of texts me and she's like, hey, I need content. Take a picture of you boarding the plane. And then she'll post it. And she takes care of my DMs. And then I have an agent who reaches out to sponsors and takes care of all that.
Nice.
So I have a very good support team that has helped me take care of this because, like you said, at 20, this is extremely overwhelming. And without them, I probably would have just retired. Just retired 20 years old.
Well, if you think about it, most people who actually excel on social media, that's the only thing they're doing. That's their job is social media. Most people that are athletes or someone who has an actual job, that sounds bad. People like you or people who are working and want to, build their brand on social media, it's difficult. So that's amazing that Ohio State's giving you those tools. And, I'm looking forward to see what Justin Fields, does in the NFL. And one of my best friends from college is actually his personal videographer, photographer.
Oh, wow.
So, he was telling us about a lot of stuff that's going on. I was like, that's pretty awesome. And the fact that you can now, I don't know how it would have worked before with the Olympics and sponsors, you being a college student, but now that doesn't matter. So almost.
So I do have restrictions. I can't be sponsored by anything adult, regardless of my age. So I can't go.
No alcohol beverages.
No alcohol, nothing deemed adult.
Wow.
So what we were talking about earlier,
Which we're not going to share.
can't get sponsored by it.
Oh, man.
But it also depends on the school. Like Tori Husk is one of my Olympic teammates. She broke the American record like twice. She actually just recently announced her partnership with Tier.
What is Tier?
Tier is a like swimsuit brand, but they actually do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But Stanford is the school that she's going to, because she's actually a rising freshman. She's in high school. And so her contract would typically say, well, you have to wear our stuff, as would most sponsors.
Yeah.
You want them to rep your brand.
Yeah.
Well, Stanford is saying, no, you have to wear our brand. So I think a good example of that would be Arena is a sponsor of Stanford.
Okay.
So she has to wear Arena. I'm fortunate enough to be at Ohio State, where we are a Speedo team, but they are saying that my personal contract will override my school. So if I go get sponsored by, name a brand, I can wear that instead of my school sponsor.
Oh, okay. So Ohio State is...
They are...
Yeah.
So there are definitely a lot of rules, and because it's so new, there will be a lot of loopholes and a lot of changes.
Take advantage.
To come.
No, that's awesome. You know, I got a big deal on the sponsorship. You know, I got chocolate milk. Slate milk. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't get paid, but they just give me free milk, and I have to make some posts on Instagram.
Take what you can
Exactly.
get. I know. Free chocolate milk.
And I'm a big chocolate milk fan. I love it. So
do swimmers. It's like really? Go-to recovery. Katie Ledecky is sponsored by, like, I don't know. She always has like the Got Milk shirt on.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. Yeah, I love chocolate milk, man. So, well, before we wrap this up, I just want to mention, so how your body has developed over the last 4 years, maybe. So, you know, what was your height when you entered high school as a freshman?
Oh boy. Well, I think most people turn 16 around sophomore year.
Yeah.
And I probably lied on my driver's license to make myself a bit taller. I was definitely over 6 foot, but I may have been like 6'1", maybe.
Gotcha.
100, I think we said 30 pounds.
Dang.
I honestly don't think I broke 100 pounds until probably like 7th or 8th grade.
Really?
Like I was very, very tiny.
And now you're 6'8".
Well, I've lost some weight because of taper, because when your workload drops, your appetite goes as well. It's just kind of a swim thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm currently sitting at like 189, 190.
Gotcha.
But I actually went into Ohio State around 170s.
Really?
Went up to about almost 200.
Okay.
And then it's just been up and down depending on where you are in the season.
That's crazy. I mean, is there like, so how many calories at your peak when you're consuming the most calories? How many is that?
So I'm supposed to be taking in around 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day.
That's hard to do, even with the way I eat.
It is actually, it is hard.
Yeah, because when I was on my meal plan, I was trying to eat 300 grams of protein and 3,200.
My gosh.
Yeah. And I was like,
you have to force yourself. It's hard.
I can't imagine going an extra 2,000 over that. Oh my gosh. I mean, if you eat bad though, obviously you can't. But if you eat bad, what I've noticed, he's smiling. What I've noticed is you can eat more junk than you can, like, if I eat like chicken and broccoli and rice, after like, I'm like full after like 600 calories, I feel like. But if I'm eating, like, I can eat a whole bag, and this is awful, but the holiday Reese's, they come in those little 10-ounce bags. I can eat that in like 10 minutes. And that's 1,500 calories.
Yeah, I mean,
I should have shared that, huh?
not sponsored by McDonald's, but the other night I was coming back from another podcast, and we stopped by McDonald's because I was hungry. I got the dinner box. It was $15. I think it was 20 nuggets, 2 Big Macs, 3 cheeseburgers, 4 small fries.
Wow.
And a large drink.
Did you calculate the calories?
No, but I ate it and I was still hungry.
Oh my gosh. You sound like one of my teammates. When he graduated high school, he was 6'5", 175. Now he played in the major leagues, but now he's playing in Korea. And I think he's still 6'5" or 6'6", 240.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And he entered pro ball at 6'5", 175. So that was 12 years ago. And he's just this specimen. And I'm just like, and I've always been trying to go down with my weight.
I'm trying to hit like 210. I think that's where, because swimmers, you have to be light and lean.
Yeah.
But my height does not match my weight.
Really?
Like, with the exception of the girls and maybe a couple distance swimmers, I was probably one of the lightest people on the Olympic team.
Oh, okay. So now you got a goal. Do you have someone to help you with meal plans and nutrition? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's Ohio State. I mean, it's important. I know if you look at me, my career probably would have lasted longer if I had listened to our nutritionist. But no, I think the whole thing's awesome, man. I've taken up enough of your time. I think I'm glad you came here, man. This was fun hearing, the stories about the Olympics and your rise to fame. And just, yeah, man. I mean, I'm happy for you. I hope, if you okay with it, I hope you get even more tenfold of what you got now, which I don't know, not attention, but just accomplishments and success. Because I know you don't seem like the person that wants to walk through a mall and everyone's like, oh my gosh, Hunter.
Oh my God. I went to Cedar Point and I had at least, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's Cedar Point. That's people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Like, at least the country, maybe world.
Yeah.
But I had like 7-8 people stop me and ask for pictures.
Really?
Like, we were on Millennium and one of the guys from like the operator box ran out, stopped the ride, ran out, got a picture with me, and then made an announcement over the mic. It's like, we have an Olympic gold medalist. Everybody, even on the ride, just started clapping. And I've never been so red in my life.
Oh, that would have been hilarious to be a part of. I wish I would have been seeing that. Like, oh, yeah.
No, but I've drawn so much attention, like outside of Dover, which is kind of what I expected. But so nothing's official yet. I should hear by the end of the week. Are you familiar with Jake Paul?
Yes.
He DM'd me on Instagram.
No, are you going to be on?
He wants me to be his guest at his fight on the 31st in Cleveland.
Dang, that's what's up.
So,
of course, everyone's heard of Jake. Josh. Wow, Josh. The one person under the age of 50 that hasn't heard of Jake Paul.
So nothing's official. We're waiting on he said his team's going to contact me about the tickets, but like a famous magician that I've looked up to
we didn't
DM'd
talk
me
about that. Duh.
Oh, yeah. But I'm getting verified people like messaging me. I'm like, these are celebrities. Like, I'm only verified not because of a following or anything. It's because Team USA just does it.
Yeah.
They like bypass
you got to take advantage
everything.
now. You got to put out content and get, 100,000 followers. You got to do it.
I'm trying.
That's something I didn't do, and I regret it. I wish, back when I was in pro ball, 2010, 11, 12, 13, I was like, social media.
It's hard.
It is.
Because it's a full-time job. So now I have to be a full-time athlete, full-time student, full-time meal planner, and now I have to do social media.
And you're 20. I would not have been able to do two of those things at 20. But I mean, now I have to juggle a lot of stuff with family and stuff, but I can't imagine. Oh man. Yeah. Good luck.
It's tough. I'm sure things will calm down here in a bit, but so also another rumor. It kind of segued. Everything will calm down here in Dover. Plus, I leave Friday, but then I have to go back to Columbus, where it's all going to pick up again. And it's even worse. I'm in a sport major, so I've gotten emails from even like future professors of mine that are like, "Oh my God, you made the Olympics!" I'm like, "This is going to be a thing now."
Yes, but guarantee me an A, professor. No, I'm trying.
That is a violation of every NCAA rule. But
oh yeah, they do. They really watch Ohio State with those rules.
They do.
They didn't really pay attention to little old Ball State. So I'm not saying anything about Ball State. I'm just.
Well, a rumor has it I'm supposed to dot the I.
Oh wow, that'll be amazing.
I'm excited for, but I believe it's supposed to be the Oregon game, which is already sold out.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm terrified. Like,
do you have to hold an instrument and do like the thing where the guy?
No, but I'm like worried that I'm going to be like walking around campus and people are going to start recognizing me.
Yep, 100%.
I don't want that. Yeah. I don't want that.
Well, you shouldn't have been good at swimming. No.
I'll remember that for Paris.
No, man, this is awesome, man. I'm glad, we had this conversation. I got to know you a little bit better. This is cool, man. Like I said, good luck with going back to Columbus. And I'm probably saying multiply this by 100 from Dover to Columbus, because there's probably a whole bunch of students and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I mean, there are still a lot of people at Ohio State that are way bigger deals than me. I mean, name anybody on the football team. They care so much about the football team.
They do.
They're not going to be like, wait, is that one swimmer dude?
I don't know. You'll be surprised.
I guess I may be.
If you were like 5'10", maybe you'd probably get away with it.
Oh,
but no. The fact that you're 6'8" and you're going to be standing over everybody, you're just you can't hide.
That's why I'm so happy I'm not in the dorms. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like,
does Ohio State have that rule of freshmen have to stay in the dorms, and then once you're a sophomore, you can leave?
Actually, West Virginia was just freshman year, but Ohio State is freshman and sophomore.
Ew.
Yeah. If you don't know, I'm a rising junior because I transferred out of West Virginia.
Oh.
So I only had to do 1 year in the dorms at Ohio State.
Okay.
But at least now I won't have people knocking on my door.
Yeah, that could be. I need to think about that because, my sister's boyfriend at Ohio State roomed with Braxton Miller.
Oh, my gosh.
So I went up there and, I'd be hanging out in their dorm room. It was them, like Ryan Shazier, and I'm beating them up in video games. We don't have to go into details, but and it's just, there's students running around. They're like, "Oh, that's Braxton." I'm like, "Hey, I'm a pro baseball player." Like, But yeah, I keep getting sidetracked, and I could probably ask you so many more questions. But I'm glad, your busy schedule. I want you to be able to relax and go get you another dinner box from McDonald's. And yeah, man. But again, from me to you, man, congratulations. Keep going, keep moving. I wish you the best of luck in every endeavor. And I might be down to Ohio State. I know some guy who was on this show that is pretty high up, and he's in charge of, I should know that. Remember, Nate Ames, he's in charge of like the engineering department. He's doing big things out there. So I might pull some punches and store away my grudge to Ohio State, and
you should.
Yeah, I will. Only because of you.
I apparently have some pull now. So
yes, you. I mean, I would say so.
I would hope.
Yeah. But again, congrats, man. Thank you for stopping by, and appreciate everybody tuning in. Come into the premieres. I do these live shows now. I used to post these on Tuesday. Josh, you better be in there. But we do the premiere now Monday night or Sunday night, whatever you show, whatever. But make sure you guys do comment, get some conversation going. I need some engagement down below. Also subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to say it. I appreciate y'all. And what I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, go to the merch store because you're going to help out Dover student, sort of like Hunter was eventually back in the day, and you can help them get a scholarship. So the link will be in the description. Josh might show it on the screen as well, but it's a lot easier link now. It's store.percigarner.com. Go there, get some 99 mile per hour gear, and help a Dover student. Sorry, other schools in Tuscarawas Valley, but I love Dover. But thank you guys. Have a good one. Peace.
It feels like Casablanca. Shawty, you my little mama. I got a crib out of water. Say me Casa